Right, so the use of the reins is so often not actually even taught either. People say take a contact or, sort of ask the horse to come on the bit, all of those sort of words. Now, how I was taught, Desi Laurent, my old mentor, he taught me to hold the reins firmly with the thumb and first finger, and then I would be free to actually operate the rein with the rest of the fingers to create a little bit of tension on the reins, which I can do by a little squeeze on the rein here, or a little vibration on the rein even, or if the horse is really tanking off with you, you can actually take a pretty strong tension on the rein without ever having to move the hand either backwards, forwards, sideways or whatever. You can close that tension on the rein there, but in order to give, I don't need to give my hand forward and back in that way. All I need to do to actually release any tension on the rein is that. So you can actually see the slack in the rein forming there, but I can take it back again immediately by doing nothing more than closing my fingers slightly more around the reins. Now, in my old book, I didn't make it clear enough, in actual fact, in the first Enlightened Equitation book, that when I'm talking about opening and closing the fingers, I'm not talking about opening the fingers like that, because that's a fair old jerk on the rein. As you can see, the rein is really pulling there, and in Catherine's hand here, who's actually standing holding the bit, it's quite a jerk, as you can imagine, Catherine, on your fingers there. You imagine what that's like on the horse's mouth. Whereas by doing it smoothly, with just creating a little bit of tension here, and then doing nothing more than releasing the finger muscles, then I'm not actually making a jerk on the rein at all. It's just a smooth progression and then a release, so that is the horse's reward for complying. So when we're asking him to come on the bit, again, this is very much the French school technique, where I would be asking a couple of little squeezes on the left rein, a couple of little squeezes on the right, like that. It's sort of massaging the bit in the horse's mouth and makes him want to relax his jaw, so it's a sort of very mild version of the Bochet jaw flexions, but I find for most people, because it's so simple, it works very well. But instantly the horse actually releases his jaw, then I can release the contact by asking, or opening my fingers very slightly to release the tension on the rein, but I can take it back again immediately. Now, lots of people talk about having an elastic contact all the time, but for me that doesn't teach the horse the self-carriage that we're looking for in the French school. Even in the earlier stages of training, we want the horse to be carrying himself in a novice outline or whatever right the way through to a much more advanced outline when the face is at the vertical or slightly in front of it. So the way that I would actually describe to people is just by literally holding their index finger and squeezing it and not squeezing it. It really is as simple as that. So we're not doing that and opening the hand. All we're doing is actually closing the fingers around the index finger. A couple of little squeezes or even a little vibration of the reins will actually be quite sufficient for the horse to feel that and relax his lower jaw. So that is the simple use of snaffle reins. It would be the same with double reins in many respects. If we just, Catherine, if you can hold the bit the other way up so that, we can sort of approximate the idea of the double reins. And so I hold my reins in the way that I'm holding them here, and I can then operate the snaffle rein with my little finger and operate the curb rein with my index finger, and I'm holding the rein firmly with the thumb and first finger so that the reins then don't pull through my fingers as a result of doing so. So I can operate that rein, release the other one, or operate that one, and the horse can actually feel the difference between the two reins. That one could be a little bit shorter. So that by having the curb rein loose all the time, as a lot of people do, they're still riding on the snaffle rein, which is pretty much what Matt Banks was talking about with the German system. And so really it's not activating the curb rein at all. So I prefer to keep the reins at a pretty similar length so that I can then operate each individually in this way. Hope that makes things fairly clear. Thanks.